Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into XRP once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. Hope you had a really good Monday. Hope you have a really good Tuesday. I know unfortunately XRP's having a little bit of a correction right now, but it's what it does. You know, you're used to this by now. You know, as long as you hold a key level support, you're looking great for continuation. And I do personally think that XRP is looking good for continuation. Okay, it always has done. You know, even like I said to you so many times, it's got this shit over its head. It's basically got this massive weight on its head, hasn't it? You know, this court case, it's still in a beautiful market structure and looking for continuation. And I do think at an absolute minimal, you're looking at a $4.50 price tag over the next couple of months, which breaks this all-time high here for XRP. It's gearing up. It's doing everything it needs to for that particular projection, okay? Putting in this new impulsive wave. So, you know, for transparency, if you lose a key level support, you're rolling over, you're losing market structure. Technically, right now, if you was to roll over and lose this 84 cents, okay, of the 050 retracement that we gave you, if you do lose that, my friend, you could sort of class as a bit of a precursor to the fact that, oh, okay, perhaps this is the end of this particular bull market and I'll have to come back in a few years' time, you know, but I don't necessarily envision that. But again, not got a crystal ball, but as long as you're adhering to market structure and structural support, you're looking for continuation, and I do think you're going to be testing key resistances above. So for me, you are adhering to some kind of parabolic curve, and I did show you this a few months back. Okay, you got your touch there, and ever since that's touched there, you come up, bounced off it, come up, bounced off it. You know, if you get a little bit extended up here, come back, bounce off it, who knows, you know, break out this trend line just here, come up, come back down to it, bounce off it, and then you start that parabolic run again, and you put in that brand new impulsive wave like you did there, okay? Because it's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the break of this high, which confirms you're putting in. It doesn't confirm. It creates a higher probability that the fact that you're putting an impulsive wave, and the impulsive wave target will be that, okay? So you right now you're doing everything you need to for that. Do you understand? The only way you won't be is if you roll over and you lose a key level support. This is the most important support that you've got on the cards for XRP at the moment, around about 55 cents. But this loss of support here, 85 cents, that could be a precursor to the fact, well, okay, you know, you are going to come back down to this support, and you can see at that point you're losing structure, you're rolling over effectively, and at this point you could look at this as kind of one big double M top pattern. Do you understand that? Rolling into the bear. Don't envision it. I think XRP is gearing up. I think it's holding structure. I keep saying that to you, don't I? But it is, and I would be lying to you if I said to you, look, XRP is going to roll here. I'll be talking out my arse, because it's not. Okay, it's not. It's doing everything it needs to for continuation. When it loses structural support, I will tell you. Okay, and you'll be able to see anyway, because you'll see in the charts. So yeah, for me, this purple line there, this parabolic curve, I think if we can sort of adhere to this is where you can see it's going up to this parabolic sort of rise up here, you know, and these are projections that we've had for many moons, and these are the levels of the fibs as well. You know, I dropped this fib down here when we broke out down here on the weekly time frame, and we got this buy and go to the beach. Like I said to you, once you form a buy and go to the beach on the weekly, okay, let me drop out the 10 right now for you so as not to confuse you. Once you get this particular signal, this for me is your bull market confirmation. I've taught you that, okay? That's called a buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid. You get that signal, you come to the charts on the weekly, like rocking or shit. I've taught you that, okay? Like absolute rocking or shit. They come around once every few years, you know, on the 55 and the 20, they cross, the yellow line crosses the red. That's where you get confirmation of the bull. You come to your charts, you drop on the low just there, and you drop on the previous cycle high just there, and that is where you get your levels in the fibs, okay? So look, you're marching towards the 1272, the 1414, and the 1618, okay? Look at them higher levels up here that we've got, and you know, in our lifetime, XRP has the potential to get to those particular projections. I don't necessarily think it'll be this cycle, but potentially if we come up here to the $27 and we roll into the bear, these might be a forecast when we lay down the fibs in the next cycle. Do you understand that? So yeah, these for me are quite possible. I know there's a lot of chit chat that this is around about $1.2 trillion market cap, but I'm looking at an $11 trillion market capitalization for crypto, okay? Some might think I'm crazy, some might think I'm mad, but the thing is, it's just the charts. It's what the charts are telling me. So I'm just telling you and relaying to you what the charts are telling me. So yeah, I do think potentially, you know, if XRP takes the market share of that cycle, which it does, it always has a share, obviously, you know, it's been around the block and it's still where it is right now, even though it's got this shit on its head, basically the massive weight at a court case. It's still moving up the stairs, isn't it? You know, and once that's sort of released, the SEC, the green light, this is where you could absolutely see the mania phase for XRP, you know, and that massive parabolic rise, and it absolutely get a cent basically. So yeah, I am looking at appreciation. As long as we can adhere to structural support in these markets and keep doing what we're doing, there is a lot of talk of speculation around the ETF on the 18th of October that could be a massive go signal for institutional investment, and that could be an absolute propeller basically for the wall of money that's supposedly lined up to come into crypto, but even if we do enter the bear, okay, full transparency, even if we do enter the bear, I do think that XRP will get to these projections at some point over the next few years, even if it is not this cycle. This is why I do dollar cost average into XRP personally. I make sure it's part of my sort of dollar cost average portfolio that I do buy every week, for crypto, and that's the best thing you can do. Again, not financial advice, but what you want to do with crypto, it's hard to time the market. There's a saying, time in the market and time in the market. Time in the dips is difficult, okay? It is difficult, and you're not always going to be successful. So the best thing you can do is just spend time in the market, dollar cost averaging, putting a bit of your paycheck into the crypto projects once a week, once a month, whatever suits you, and just lock it away and don't worry about the price, because it's on a journey, okay? It's on a journey. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling on, I do apologize, but for me, XRP is looking geared up. You're holding key levels of support, for structural support for continuation of the bull, and I do anticipate that these are some minimal targets based off the fibs that I've had for a very long time, and I do think we could be looking at a fantastic year end here, like we did in last December as well, when we seen that parabolic move for December, which I was a part of. I remember all of this. Who knows, we could just do something like that again. No one's got a crystal ball, have they? Would be nice if we were all, the CoinsKid crew is all a part of that particular one, because I know a lot of you just come into this space. I think a lot of you have come into this space round about March, I think, and you've sort of been buying these big green candles, and you've basically got the big red dildos. You've basically got shafted, and you feel bad, you feel awful. But the whole way down here, I said to you, look, this is a corrective phase of a bull market. You're going to find a floor, and from that, you're going to start to pick up and start to form the new wave, and that's exactly what you're doing. It's doing everything it needs to do, okay, and until it's not. So yeah, don't panic, don't basically run for the hills just yet, because I don't think the bear's here personally, but I could be wrong. Obviously, you're fully aware I could be wrong. I'm not, I can't see into the future. All I can do is read the charts basically. So I'm just going to look at XRP on the 4-hourly time frame, see what it's doing, okay? So looking at the 4-hourly time frame, obviously we've had a correction. We've lost the 4-hour 55 at the moment. I just want to see where we are on the daily right now. Where are we? So we've basically wicked off the 20 EMA right there. That's a massive level of support. Like I said to you in previous corrections just here, when you start to get above the EMAs like that, if you can maintain and stay above the 20 and especially 55, if you do start to see a roll, you wick down to its support and you get the pickup, and by holding these EMAs, it forces you up to test the resistance above, because that's what you're doing. You're above the EMAs, okay? You've basically, look at that, it's beautiful, it's absolutely gorgeous. You've melted out of a W bottom, like you've met the target, and you roll back to a buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid, okay? You roll back into the 20 as support. Golden, okay? Golden. It's absolutely golden. It's doing everything it needs to for continuation. So right now, if you can continue to hold these EMAs, do something like that, like I said to you, create some kind of continuation pattern, breakout, test that resistance, hold the EMAs again. You might have another correction, who knows? But as long as you're holding these EMAs and you're above them, it's going to creep you up to this level of resistance, and you're going to get that break. And once you get that break, I think you're going to go parabolic here for XRP, pretty much like you did when you broke that previous horizontal resistance down here. Look at that. Within a couple of weeks, you was up there. Okay, you'd formed a massive impulsive wave in a bull market when XRP had the court case over its head, because it's conforming. Do you understand? That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's still bullish, even though it's not. Do you understand? It's conforming. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's a thing of beauty is XRP. And I do think that if you start to come up here and you get forced into this break, you'll go parabolic, and that's where you're going to make that 450. And my technical target I've had laid down there for ages, it'll be met. And it would be nice to sort of get a bit of a green light from the SEC at that point as well, because that's where you're going to see them upper projections, get met basically. But I do think this is an absolute minimal forecast that XRP is getting to. You can see that parabolic curve that we're adhering to that I've shown you on a weekly time frame right there. So what I'm going to do is look on the hourly time frame and look if there's any patterns, okay? So for me, just there is a bit of a pattern just there. There's a bit of a head and shoulders pattern just there. Do you see that? So basically a descending triangle as well, depleting buying pressure. You could call that double M top pattern. For me, a bit of a head and shoulders pattern. You've got your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder, and what we need to do now is find out whether or not we've met the technical target, this breakdown target, okay?
So you've not quite met the technical target just yet. You can see that the technical target is down there at 104. So for me, there potentially a little bit more downside to XRP down there. Put some cheeky bids on 104. I want to see where that is on the daily. So yeah, what I'm looking for is probably a potential wick down to this 55 EMA on the daily, because you can see, like I've said to you in numerous videos all week, that when you correct and you have a bit of correction here, you do wick down to the 55. Look, if you can get them bids down there and bounce off that 55, come back up. So for me, potentially you're having a bit of rollover, come down to the 55, hold, get the bounce, and you're in a technical target to 104, which is just above that particular 55 EMA. So for me, put some cheeky bids on the 104 right now, and you might be fruitful. Where is the, yeah, it's 103, 104 around there. That's a daily 55 EMA. So yeah, that's basically XRP. Let me have another look on the hourly time frame. So yeah, you fell under the EMAs. Like I said to you, you start to get above the EMAs. You're in an uptrend, lose them, precursor to a downtrend. You sort of squeezed up there and you lost support. So yeah, you lost support of that, come back up, hit the EMAs, rolled over. So for me, I think that you might come up and hit this 20 and you get a little bit of continuation to the downside. That might be your resistance level just there. So come up, hit that 20, roll over, meet the technical target of a head and shoulders. At that point, you might start to create a little reversal pattern on the hourly time frame, you know, like a WW bottom pattern or something, break resistance, and you start to flip up, and you've had your correction basically, and you know, you come back down to the daily 55 EMA, which would be golden. You know, that's what happens. You go up, you come down. Okay, so people get frustrated because they think that when I say you're going to 450, you're going to go there tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. Honestly, it doesn't work like that. It takes time. Like I said to you, the bulls go up the stairs, and you go up, you come down, you retrace, you move up impulsively, you retrace to a key level support for continuation. That's exactly what XRP is doing at the moment. Okay, so that's XRP. Take care, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.